Sometimes it could be a text message or you might get a DM, you might get a text message. You might be at a bar, you might be at a club, you might be just walking down the street, hell, even, unfortunately, the gym. And there is going to be a woman that's going to be a little bit flirtatious with you, just showing you a little bit more. And she's going to not just reach out to you, but she's going to talk to you in a different kind of way, flirting with you and giving you what we call a little bit of play. But sometimes for a lot of guys out there, when they do get a little bit of that play and they think everything is going right, then it just seems like all of a sudden, why everything seems like everything is going right, then all of a sudden something happens and he doesn't hear from the woman anymore. The text messages dry up, or she just cuts him off all completely. And what we're going to be talking about today is that we have to understand that there are hidden barriers behind everything that a woman is going to do. And I'm going to kind of break down what's going on. What most men need to understand is that the world is based off of a certain kind of perception through the eyes, okay? And there is an excitement that we always get. And I'll give you a kind of an example. How many times have you as a child, you saw a cereal commercial, you saw a food commercial, a dessert commercial, a hamburger commercial, you saw some kind of commercial that represented something that you really, really wanted. It looked really good to your eyes. And then all of a sudden, you couldn't wait to get it. You couldn't wait to have it. You couldn't wait to go purchase it. And then when you purchased that item, whether it was cereal as a kid, was it a hamburger or something that you saw, it looked really good on TV. Maybe it was a brand new pizza from a pizza place or something. You're like, oh my God, to my eyes, this looks so good. It looks so good that I've got to get it. And I can't wait to get it. And I can't wait to taste it. I can't wait to try it. Only to try it and be like, oh man, this is terrible. Oh, we've all had that situation. But why am I saying that? See, what a lot of guys don't understand, this is what happens with women when they see something from their false reality. After a woman gets out of a relationship or something like that, she has these blinders on, trying to find an interpretation of what it is she's looking for. So technically, she's kind of looking for what she thinks is the guy. And in her eyes, he has to be a certain criteria, certain kind of height, certain kind of weight, certain kind of body structure, and all these things. And then all of a sudden, when she sees the thing that she actually wants, there is excitement. Because in her eyes, she's thinking that, you know what, this is it. This is finally the one. This is the guy I've always been waiting for. I've been waiting for this guy all my life, and finally it's time. The moment has arrived, and she's excited and she's happy, and she can't wait. And the excitement is so great. She begins to talk and flirt and have excitement, because in her eyes, in her mind, in her reality, she's thinking to herself that I finally met that guy. And like the guy, I forgot his name, he says, until, right? Until she meets the guy. Because what a lot of women are going to have is a high hope, like we have when we were small. When we saw something that we liked or something that we're interested in, we would have a high hope for it. So what happens with her is that she has a high hope for the person that she's looking at. And the high hope that she has for the person that she's looking at, in her mind, what she's saying is, you know what? This is the guy. This is the person I can't wait to meet. This is going to be the guy that, yes, I think I want to sleep with him. I want to get to know him, and I'm excited. I might want to date him, and she's thinking about the places she wants to go. She's thinking about kissing your lips. She's thinking about all these things, Jim, and these things are happening in her head. But then when she starts to interact, she starts to talk to you, she starts to get to know you, she starts to learn more about you, something begins to happen where she starts to feel that she made a mistake. Like, she's like, okay, well, he looks good. I like what he's talking about, but you know, I'm just not feeling the conversation. And for a lot of guys out there, this can be what we call the fear of success, because a lot of guys are not used to women coming up to them, being nice and flirting with them. So what happens with these guys, they start to get so nervous and so worried that they feel they got to start walking on eggshells because they don't want to say the wrong thing, do the wrong thing, or be the wrong thing. But just the thought of those wrong things create actually the wrong thing that makes the woman say, okay, well, you know what? You know, it's like that cereal, that burger that you try. You know, I had it, but I mean, it looks good. You know, it looks good, but it doesn't drive good. It looks good. It doesn't feel good. You know, you look at something that you want and she's just not feeling you. She's just not feeling you. And what women will do is once they don't feel you in that way, they're a little disappointed, but they actually just move on to, again, the next town or the next person or the next lie and the next try to find the next so-called their person. But why is this a good thing? Why is this a good thing? Because if I take you back to the scenario I gave you of the cereal and all these other things, what about that time that you've ever had where you saw something that drew you in, but you never expected that, all right, you know what, this cereal, I'll try it. Or, you know what, this looks interesting, I'll try it. And then you try it and it's so good and it's so impactful that you think about it all the time. Or when you go, like, I'll give you a prime example. I don't know about you, but I swear they're putting some kind of a drug in that bourbon chicken at the mall. And anybody in America that has gone to the mall knows about the bourbon chicken. They know about the bourbon chicken. Meaning that when I go to the mall, there are two things that I think about, and I don't even try to think about it, but it's like I gotta try one or the other. It's those Andes cinnamon pretzels or like bourbon chicken. Y'all know what I'm talking about. And a lot of people who do if y'all go to the mall and try the bourbon chicken, y'all know what I'm talking about at the mall. Why am I saying this? Because for all you guys out there that don't fit her criteria, this is the best news for you, because the person that's going to fit her criteria is going to be based off of expectations that she's going to have of that person. And if that person cannot fulfill the expectations that she has, she is going to be what? Turned off. She is not going to be interested in that person. So what happens, and a lot of people don't understand, is that when a woman sees something that she wants, it's going to be fulfilled with expectations that that person is not going to feel. But what is the benefit for you? And this is why it's going to benefit you. Because guys, you're not the thing that she wants, but you're the thing that she's going to need. Because when she sees you, guys, it is cool. There is not going to be excitement. There is not going to be a rush to flirt with you and all this other stuff. Gentlemen, I want to let you know, this is why it's good. Because just like you used to do when you saw something that, okay, it looks cool. I mean, there was no excitement for it, because, like the first time you had bourbon chicken, or the first time you had the Andes pretzels, or the first cereal. There was something that you saw that you really wasn't impressed about. But when you had it, it was hitting so good. You were like, yo, oh my God. That's what I'm talking about, gentlemen. That's what I'm talking about. And what I mean is that when you're talking to a woman, don't expect excitement. Don't expect her to jump in your lap and flirt with you. What you want is you want what we call a mid to a high. You don't want the high because the high is going to drop. Because if you are the guy that she wants, her expectations are going to go up to here. And then when you don't hit her expectations, it's going to drop. But when she meets you and she's not impressed, it's cool, guys. Because the way we're going to hit her is through the emotion. It's the same thing that you do when you see something that you're not feeling and something that you're not really interested in until you have it. And I don't want you guys to ever, see, gentlemen, please understand. When a woman being excited that you know nothing about is bad. And I know that sounds crazy, but think about what I'm saying real quick before we get to the answer. Her excitement is the excitement that you're actually the person that's going to fulfill all these false expectations. You're the guy that's going to take her out to dinner. You're the guy that's going to woo her and romance her, and she's got all these fairy tale expectations. That's where the excitement comes from. You don't want the excitement. You want a woman not to be turned off, but just to be at a midpoint where, okay, I'll entertain it. You know, I'll talk to him. I'll entertain it. But the beautiful thing about the game is that's exactly where I want her to be. I want her to be at the point where she's very unsure of me. She's not sure of what's going to happen. Because at that point, there is no expectation. So she's kind of like what we call a blank canvas. This goes back to the Bob Ross, what my mentor was telling me, for you to be able to paint the picture on the canvas versus looking at a canvas that's already painted. If she is high and excited to see you and all these things when you first meet, the canvas is already painted of expectations that she's going to have of you that you're not going to be able to meet, which is going to drop everything down. But for her to entertain you is give you a chance to have a blank canvas so you can then show her who and what you are. And then when you can do that, that's when you change everything up. Because at that moment, she doesn't have an expectation. It's like the horse race. You know, well, this is a horse called, I don't know, Jane Doe. I guess it's won a couple of races, but I haven't heard anything about it. And then Jane Doe wins away. Oh my God. Who is it? You know, it's always going to be that, oh my God moment. But why is that oh my God moment important? Like I've always said, whenever a woman from a mid gets to the oh my God, or who is this, or who are you, from the standpoint of not having expectations, that's where the connection is going to happen. Versus the woman that is excited, that flirts with you, that likes you, that kind of gives you a little bit of play, then all of a sudden just dips away and goes away because it's already painted in her head of these expectations she expects you to have. And then when you don't hit those things, it dips down. So what we want to do is we want to be the guy that is the dark horse, the one that nobody bets on, the one that, hey, you are not my criteria. You know, I guess I ain't got nothing else to do. Sure, I'll talk to you. You're not as tall as I like. You don't have the body shape I like. I guess, you seem like you're pleasant. I'll talk to you. Oh man, guys. And when they talk to you and they can feel the ism, they feel what you're saying and how you're spitting it, it is going to push their wig back to a, oh my God, who is this person here? Like, how did I not see that? That's what you want. You don't want the woman excited, because the barrier you're not going to get past is the expectations. But you want a woman just to be all right, cool with it, because she's not, her expectation, there is none. There's no expectation of you. And that's the best thing. And if there's no expectation, gentlemen, that means you have a blank canvas. And if you have a blank canvas, that's a victory for you, because she doesn't know you. She has no idea who you are, what you are, or why you are. And as long as you move that way, you will become the blank canvas, versus the guy that gets the woman that she's excited. I know how a lot of you guys feel. When they're excited, you become excited. But then you're wondering why, when she's so excited and everything's going good and we're flirting, we're having fun, but then all of a sudden she ghosts me. Versus the guy that says, well, she was all right. I mean, she wasn't happy and she wasn't sad about it. She was cool with it. But when she recognizes you're the guy and she has that wow moment, that's when she's operating from a brand new reality, gentlemen. Because when a woman doesn't have expectations but can see you different, it's going to change everything, because the algorithm and her reality is set on, well, if you're just a normal guy, you're going to give me a normal conversation and I'll entertain it. Blank canvas, you paint it, you change the algorithm. She's, wow, who are you? I want to talk to you. Oh my God, I'm blown away. Versus her saying, you know what? This is my guy. Oh my God, I'm so excited. And she's thinking about, she's got the wedding plans, the baby shower and everything, because you're the chiseled God that she wants. You got the perfect statue body that she wants. And then they have the conversation with those guys that are empty, basic, bland, and boring. And she's just another disappointment. Go on. But then she thinks about you. She thinks about the guy that was a dark horse, the guy that, you know what, I never thought in a million years that I could think about someone like that. And that's what we want you to see, guys. So remember, whenever you're in a situation where a woman is excited to see you or hear from you and everything, that is kind of like a red flag, because there are expectations set. You want to meet a woman who doesn't have expectations. When you set the bar, you change the reality, you disrupt the algorithm, and you draw her into you. So just think about what I'm saying, gentlemen. You can win in this, but you got to watch out for the signs. If she's excited, it's a red flag. But if she's just average, that's nothing but green, and it can be a victory, okay, guys? So I just want you guys to know all that. And I want you guys to understand that I'm going to show you every way, which way to win in this game, man. I'll talk to y'all later.